Hey everyone, welcome to Open. I'm Rena Valentin, your hosting Café con Leche for the next hour, inviting you to get social with us online. That is, tweet us and follow us on Instagram at BronxNet TV and like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And of course, while you're there, follow moi on Twitter, FB, Instagram, Insta Stories, and LinkedIn at Rena Valentin. Our first guest is the Senior Director of Artistic Programming at Lincoln Center, which recently announced an expansive roster of free spring performances, discussions, and civic activities set to animate the reopening of the David Rubenstein Atrium. The return of the American Songbook Series, Passport to the Arts, and Lincoln Center Moments, where people with disabilities and their families can engage, and also Lincoln Center Activate, offering free virtual professional development for artists and educators, all made more accessible with their free or choose what you pay ticketing model. And here now to tell us more, we welcome the Senior Director of Artistic Programming of Lincoln Center, Jordana Lee. Hi, Jordana.
Hi, Rena. It is so good to be back here and to be chatting with you. And thank you so much for taking the time to learn more about what's happening at Lincoln Center.
Oh, it's always so exciting. I got to say, these innovative programs I'm happy to bring it to our audience because I'm excited that we can all be together.
Yes. It is such a blessing. It has been almost exactly 2 years to the date when we shut down and didn't know when we would actually get people back together. And then we were so blessed this past summer that we could do outdoor programming, but we've been still trying to figure out when can we actually get indoors, open up the atrium, bring Songbook back, bring in all these programs that we've cherished for so long and re-engage our community and actually start to have audiences and performers and that energy back together. It's super exciting. I'm so thrilled.
I know, and you already kicked it off with the David Rubenstein Atrium. Let's talk a little bit about the different programming, because I mentioned a lot, and I want our audience to have a clearer understanding of what that really looks like.
So the David Rubenstein Atrium is actually a public space, and we not only are doing free programming about 4 nights a week, but you actually can just come and relax and enjoy the atrium throughout the day. Don't need a ticket, don't need anything of that sort. I do believe at this moment we're still requiring vaccinations, but it is a place for everyone to come in and enjoy and just relax, and a little bit of an oasis from the craziness of the city. But what has been always wonderful, and I think the crown jewel of what the atrium is the free programming. And before the pandemic, we did a programming about once a week, and we have ramped up our programming. We are doing about 4 to 5 nights a week. Started 2 weeks ago, and we are going strong. And I'm happy to report that audiences are back. Sometimes we have lines out the door. People are super excited. I can give you a little guide to what might be interesting to come to the atrium. We're thinking that really on Wednesdays, those are talks. Those are places that we can actually get involved, talk to artists, learn about maybe something that's a civic engagement element that we need, that's really important to our community right now. So it's some things that are like more about maybe an artistic process, or maybe it's really about what do we as a community need to talk about and explore. Thursdays are more concerts. And the concerts range really strongly in variety. So we have already had a performance by an Afro-Caribbean. Yep, we had a group from They were on Saturday. They were on Saturday. We love them though. We love them. You jumped the gun. You got me first. We had La Dama. That's actually Saturdays is our family programming. And so we had artists like La Dama come. That was actually the last Saturday. And they really celebrated and they got everyone up and dancing and enjoying. But so Thursdays are more traditional concerts at 7:30. Fridays are dance parties. So we are doing things from once a month, we're having programs. We brought back our VIA program, which really celebrates live music that is both looking at the founders as well as the torchbearers of New York's Latin music scene. So you're getting a lot of charanga, a lot of salsa, some bachata, some merengue. Dance floor is open. People have been filling up the dance floor. It's been wonderful. Those are Fridays. Also on Fridays, because we can't do that every Friday, even though maybe I'd like to. We are doing dance parties. So we have a night with the Korean Cultural Center, and we're doing K-pop parties. So we've been having a DJ come in, and then actually have a couple of folks coming in and demonstrating some moves that go along with K-pop, and then turning it over to everyone else to dance. And we've been working with the Hip Hop Museum, as well as Works in Process, for another night that really celebrates, you know, hip hop music and the multiple, you know, facets of hip hop music. And again, we are working with Works in Process, which is a great organization. Usually they're presenting at the Guggenheim, but they've been coming to us, and it's a great featuring different local dancers. And they will come in and they actually do about like a 20-30 minute performance, and then they turn the dance floor over to you to then cut a rug there.
Oh my gosh, this sounds so exciting. I'm so excited just listening to you because, you know, again, just being in a space where music is playing, where people are dancing, where that energy is being exchanged in person. So can you name some of the Latin bands you have coming up on Fridays?
Well, so actually, tonight on April 1st, we have Aurora Flores coming. And so I ask you please to come out and check her out. We love Aurora. She's performed with us in the past. You know, she's one of the few women actually that's a band leader. And really, you know, she's been doing it for forever. And we love her. And so that would be a great one to come out to.
We love her too. Aurora y son barrio.
Yes, she's fabulous. And I got a little distracted, but we do have almost every Saturday, we have family programming as well. So there's so much for everyone to come and enjoy the atrium.
I know, and I jumped the gun and threw in La Dama because I was so enthralled by them and even what they stand for. So just give us a little background on what people can expect in the family programming, because it is different hours too, isn't it? Early in the day.
It is. It's at 11 o'clock. Now, at this moment, and now, you know, everything keeps on changing, but it's really for an audience of 5 and above, because there is a vaccine mandate right now for coming into performances. We're trying to figure out when that changes and when we can get those younger ones in as well. But the programming is incredibly diverse, and it's interactive. So people come, it's about 45 minutes. So it's the perfect time for a family with young people. There's a little bit of, you know, the traditional performance, but then we always kind of get the kids up and moving. And so, and it's music that I think actually appeals to both adults and children versus just, you know, catering to a very, you know, one generation.
Right. And I keep bringing up La Dama because I know that they also have somebody in the band that works with special needs individuals. And so I also know you're offering a disability programs, and I know it's not necessarily for special needs, but I would like to discuss that as well so that our viewers are aware that that's accessible to them too.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you. You know, we have made a huge commitment to making sure that Lincoln Center is incredibly accessible. So not only do we have programs, but when you come to the atrium, we've really made a commitment to make sure that everyone feels completely welcome and supported. So if you need ALDs, like assistant listening devices, we have those for you. A lot of our talks are now having sign language as well. You know, so American Sign Language translators are present at the atrium. We have a little space that we're setting up so that if you need, like if you have sensory issues and you need a place to kind of step away and have a moment from maybe being overwhelmed by the intensity of live music again, we've created that kind of sanctuary as well. So we're really looking about how to make Lincoln Center accessible. On that, we do have programs that are designed to really embrace all of our community. One of them is the Passports program, which is really looking at multiple generations, but mostly for younger people who have more cognitive, sensory, different abilities. And so that is something that maybe it's a more, the way that it's designed is that it's a smaller audience. It is maybe the lights are not as dark, so it's more familiar feeling. And those programs have been, we did them before, and now we're thrilled to bring those back. And then the other that we have is Moments. And Moments, Lincoln Center Moments, is really for an older generation that maybe is dealing with some cognitive, maybe memory loss or things of that sort, and their caregivers. And so in that, we have a performer come in, it's usually somebody who sings something that is maybe familiar to a different, you know, of that generation's, you know, popular music. And then there's usually an activity as well that helps stimulate the mind and helps people get engaged. And we've had amazing feedback and connections. And we've actually seen people who were very, very removed, actually, you know, after hearing the music and having a chance to find a way to express themselves, became more engaged. So we've actually, you know, seen those touches right away. It's been pretty special. And so those are coming back again. They're going to be in person. We are thinking, you know, of virtual ways as well, but I think, you know, we're really hoping as much as possible that we can make it happen in person.
So in essence, what we just discussed is really a lot of hybrid programming, but most of it is in person. And all I got to say to you is brava, señor directora. Wow, that was lovely. And I hope you guys are intrigued. I know I am. And for more information on Lincoln Center's spring programming, you can visit lincolncenter.org. And of course, you can follow them on social media at Lincoln Center. We have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll discuss Ballet Hispanico's new performance that is an explosive portrait of one of the most recognizable and controversial women in Argentinian history. Don't go anywhere.